I'm back. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the brief hiatus. Been getting some stuff done. Ordered a new laptop. Got new intro we were working on. I got a few things going, but starting a new thing on the channel where once a month I'm going to do a review of a couple vintage tools, show you guys some stuff that I like that you can keep an eye out for at thrift shops, you know, Piccadilly's, whatever, and pretty valuable stuff beyond just the actual monetary value, but handy. First one I'm going to show you is this guy. It's the ZC Thread Chaser. This thing is in all the standard Ford sizes. It's pretty great. So for all those pinion threads or tie rod ends, stuff like that, that some moron whacked out with a hammer, a sledge, right on the threads. These are awesome. They open, they're all fine thread. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sizes. These are the most common sizes. So starting at 5/8, going to 1 1/4. Those are the most, this is the one you want for most Ford stuff, early Ford and whatnot. But you just clamp it right on there. You make sure that, you know, it's got a little play. So you try to make sure that the threads are lined up. Swing that shut, tighten it down, and you use it just like a die. You rotate it, it cuts the threads. If they're deformed, it cleans the threads. This thing is awesome. A lot of guys already have these, but some guys don't even know about these, and they're great. Second one I want to show you guys. This is made by Snap-on. Now this tool set is really handy. They're kind of rare. They're only made from 1944, I think, through the mid 50s. This one is really great. It's got all the instructions still sort of on it, which I have good pictures of just in case. It is CG220A. That's the part number. And what this does, as you can read there, is it is a kingpin and perch pin puller. I'll demonstrate it for you, but has all these different attachments for perch pins. That's actually for the universal for kingpins. This is for perch pins. Has 2 different sides depending on what years you're working on. This one's for kingpins. Also 2 sides for depending on what year you're working on. Has various length punches that slide in here. So what you do, you know, for keeping your press as tight as you can, is you start with the shortest one, press it up till it's snug, and then you take it out and you go to the next longest, and you keep working it like that. This thing's awesome though. I mean, they're hard to find. Prices on these. This set generally ranges from about $300, $360 to like $800 plus if you can find one. They're not that common because of the short window they made them in. Now, with that being said, I still know a bunch of guys that find these things. I've seen and read stories, and guys find these things all the time for $50 at a thrift shop, whatever. They're usually not this complete. This one has all the punches plus it, or the press pins, plus it has some of the optional ones that didn't come with the set. And typical channel fashion, full transparency, I paid $40 for this. Now, that said, I paid $40 for this, and this thing was completely seized. These were out, threads were galled, This was completely seized, threads were galled horribly. Guess what I fixed the threads with? 1 1/4, biggest size, worked perfect. Cleaned it right up. Now you can see, I mean, you turn it by hand. I couldn't turn this thing with a breaker bar in a vise before. Wouldn't move. It took a lot of work to get it that freed up. So when you're using presses, steering wheel puller, whatever, put lubricant on your threads. They're supposed to have lubricant on them. Permatex makes a silver press thread lubricant. Use that. If you don't have that, get some high temp wheel grease, white lithium, whatever. Put something on your threads because you'll gall the threads. Another thing is, this thing is awesome for one big reason. You don't have to take the front end out of the car to pull a spindle or a perch pin. You can do it right in the car. Handy for that. What this will not do, if you have a front end that's been in a fire or something ridiculous, completely seized up, it's not like a 20-ton press. It is not just going to pop it right out. Don't use this for that. You'll ruin it. And you'll be really pissed if you drop $800 on one and you break it the first time out of the gate. So be smart, lubricate your threads. Don't push it too hard. You can break it. And there are no replacement parts for these. You'd have to have this machined by a machine shop. You'd have to have a new one made and hardened for you. Don't do that. Now, that said, these are still made, not by Snap-on. You can still get perch pin pullers and king pin pullers. They're about $1,800. That's where they start at. They have them that are hydraulic. They're cool, but most of us aren't going to go drop $1,800 to be able to pull king pins. We're just going to pull the front end out, put it in our press, and knock them out. This thing's kind of neat to keep an eye out for, though. Another little project I've been working on. Built this rack. I built it out of scraps. It's not quite done yet, but it's in enough that it's holding this stuff for axles. 3 stock Model A I-beams will fit on these shelves. I'm going to add a few more. The idea being, get all this stuff, stop lining your shop with it, you know? This stuff is everywhere. I have had front ends and rear ends up and down here. I still have a bunch. I'm going to have one rung for Model A, probably 2 rungs for Model A because I have 7 or 8 of them. I'll have a rung for the 36 that I got down there, and then I'll have a rung for dropped. They're all going to get marked, but it's a great way to organize these things so that you can get at them, so you can know what you got, keep them out of the way. You know, you can keep your front and rear ends nice. Here's one of my 36s. Yeah, another 36 there that's going to go in here. That needs a little work, I think. Wishbone's back behind here. I love this thing, though. It's one of my favorite things I've made, and it's uglier than hell, and it's not done yet. But already, just the amount of space I have here and how much more I'm going to... The whole thing, the whole 3 feet lining my carport here was full of front and rear ends. And this one was in the shop taking up space right in the middle of my floor. That nightmare is over. So just a little angle on it. You don't have to go crazy with this stuff, but you can build something like this. Make sure it's beefy. Really take your time, you know. You don't want it to be too light duty and have stuff come flying down at you. But I love this thing. I'm so stoked about this. Other things happening in the shop. We have made progress on the Suburban. I sourced a new battery box door. This one actually works. Make a liar out of me. I got the seat back in. I got the floor in. Made pans. They're seam sealed in and painted. I still have... I have to finish that. See if I get some light for you guys. I have to finish that. I have to make a patch for that. But pretty much passenger side is done at this point. It's really getting there. Next, I'm going to pull the transmission cover, finish welding, and seam seal that seam on this side. And then we get to start on the horrible side. They're both horrible sides, but that one's scary. But probably make a video on that. I know just constant metal work can get old, but we'll keep after it. Hasn't been a lot of progress on the Roadster lately. Really trying to get that Suburban out of here. That thing has been just dragging on and on. I did get the back panel done. Show you guys that real quick. Got this all wrapped up. Just have to bolt it all back together. Bunch of rust and crud falling out of the door, but it turned out really nice though. I'm really happy with it. Doors shut and latch. Spray a little more flat black on the, or semi-gloss black on the splash pan there. Get that bolted in. Get the rear bumper bolted in, and we're a wrap on that finally. But not a lot of work done on the Roadster lately. It's been a tough time of year. We've been chasing our tails around here, I think. My wife's been working a lot of shifts, working a lot of hours. Kids doing karate, you know, there's stuff going on. I actually started doing karate with my kid. It's been great. I've been having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, you know, we're still at it. Haven't given up. I hope you guys didn't get too disappointed with a couple week break there. Like I said, I ordered a new laptop, got a new intro, trying to revamp things a little bit here and get things back on track. A few things I've just been a little unhappy with my channel that I wanted to improve on. So hope for the retooling 2-week break you guys weren't too disappointed. I did make a post. I don't know if everybody saw it, but we're working still. We are still working. New stuff for the channel. One of the things is moving forward, I want to do the vintage tool review like we did today. I also would really like to start doing maybe once a month. I'll probably start after the new year, but once a month I'd like to start doing a feature on local car club guys, local car show guys, you know, like hot rods, guys that built them, especially owner built, you know. I got a buddy, Michael. He's got a really cool A tutor that he's got cheater heads on him, and the thing's just killer. And I'd love to interview him and show you guys his car. It's a work in progress, but he's buying a 32 Chevy coupe from a buddy of mine too. So lots of neat stuff happening. But yeah, I want to start tying in the community a little bit, introduce you to some of the guys that are around. I know Iron Trap's doing their podcast. They're kind of doing something similar. For me, I don't really want to like start doing a podcast or any of that kind of stuff, but I do like the idea of showcasing guys that you don't necessarily always see because they don't have a YouTube channel or they're not real public, but you see them out on a car show and you think they had a really cool ride, or you see their car and you don't know who owns it or who built it or what the backstory is. So I want to start doing that. It's just something I'm passionate about. I hope you guys are too. But we're working, making progress. I got a video we're going to do coming up, finishing up the transmission cross member on this thing, and then we're going to fab up some motor mounts. So I hope you guys are stoked for that. This thing's getting, once we get transmission cross member, gussets for the X member, K member, motor mounts, we're bringing the body over and setting it on this thing. So should be coming together pretty quick here. And then from there, we're plumbing for brakes. We're going to fab up our own shifter for this thing because this automatic was a column shift. It's a really simple toggle on the side of the tranny on the hydromatic, but we're going to have to make our own shifter, and that'll be really fun. I want to try to figure out how to get the kick down to work on this thing. It has a mechanical kick down, and there's not a lot of room in here, so it'd be pretty neat. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Hope you're not too mad at me for taking 2 weeks off. Let's get back into things, and hope your guys' holiday season's going really good. So happy holidays, and till next time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends. Help me grow my channel. Appreciate it, guys. Later.